Procedure of using the liquid compost. Finely screened compost is also used for making liquid manure to water your garden and spray on the plants. In this class, we'll learn the procedure for using liquid compost. Objectives. At the end of this class, you'll be able to use the liquid compost. The liquid compost can be used as a foliar spray, or used with a brush, or can be used manually. Since the liquid compost is concentrated, to use it, you have to first dilute it. Let's see the steps involved in using the liquid compost as foliar spray. Step 1. Add water to liquid compost. Add 1 part of water to 1 part of concentrated liquid compost. Step 2. Spray the plant using a spray bottle. To spray the plant, you may use a spray bottle. Adjust the sprayer to form large droplets. Do not attempt to spray as a fine mist, because a fine mist will not allow all the microorganisms to pass through the spray nozzle. In fact, there may be some sediment that will clog the nozzle. Step 3. Wet the entire plant. Wet the foliage of the plant, both sides of the leaves, as well as the stem, the trunk. In short, wet the entire plant. You can also use liquid compost with a brush. Use the brush instead of sprayer for liquid compost. You can spray with a brush if you don't have a sprayer. It is just as good as the foliar spray. Finally, let's see the steps involved in using liquid compost manually. Step 1. Dilute the liquid compost. Dilute the concentrated liquid compost to the proportion of 4 mugs of water to 1 mug of the concentrated liquid compost. Step 2. Water the plant with liquid compost. You may nourish the plants with liquid compost in the same manner as you would water the plants. Just thoroughly water the plants with the diluted liquid compost. Make sure you drench the roots and not just the surface of the soil. This is the way of using liquid compost manually. The more often you use the liquid compost, the more you can dilute it up to 6 parts water to 1 part concentrated liquid compost. For example, for weekly applications, use the more diluted mix, and for monthly applications, use the more concentrated mix. 2 mugs of water to 1 mug of concentrated liquid compost. With that, we come to the end of this class. Let's recall what we have learned. We now know that the finely screened compost can be used to make liquid compost. Let's review the steps involved in making liquid compost. Step 1. Dissolve sugar in water. Step 2. Add the ingredients and mix. Step 3. Stir and pour it back and forth from one bucket to another. And Step 4. Strain the liquid compost. We also learned that liquid compost can be used as a foliar spray, used with a brush, or used manually. In this class, you learnt all about the use of filtered compost to make liquid compost. Hope now you know the different usages of unfiltered and filtered compost, and hope you will be able to apply them when composting at home. These humble efforts of ours will surely go a long way to keep our Mother Earth clean and green.